Hey everybody, it is Josh. I am happy to be back. I've been gone a couple of weeks, so I haven't really made any videos. um, this week is pretty much just a catch-up week. Um, so I need to go through the past few topics I've missed and see what to make about them. This one is just gonna kind of, I feel like I just want to give you guys an explanation, um, excuse me, as to why I've been gone. Um, I don't have a lot of energy, so I'm probably going to only make like one video a day to catch up. May 10th, I was admitted to the hospital with, ridiculous upper abdominal pain. Ridiculous. I thought it was something in relation to my weight loss surgery. When I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy, I also had a hernia repaired, a hiatal hernia. I was worried that I did something to maybe my hernia reopened. Like, I didn't know what it was. I called my bariatric surgeon, my wife, because I was completely unable to do anything. My wife called my bariatric surgeon, explained my symptoms. They said it sounded like gallbladder to go to the hospital. They told us a hospital to go to. So we went. It's one I haven't been to before, and had a couple of shitty trans experiences there. I'll explain that as I go on. But whatever, we went to the hospital because that's where my bariatric surgeon, where I had my surgery was in a different city about an hour away. That's mainly where he practices. So this one hospital locally he has a relationship with, and not any others in my city. So that's why we went to that one. So they did an ultrasound of my abdomen and found I had gallstones, hundreds and hundreds of stones in my gallbladder. I also had stones blocking my common biliary duct. So you have a duct, okay, a series of ducts from your gallbladder to your pancreas to your liver to your intestines. The one going into your intestines is your common one. I had stones in all of them, but completely blocking the common duct. So they had to do an emergency procedure the next morning called an ERCP, where they put a stent into the common duct to open it to allow bile to flow into your intestines. Your pancreas makes bile, your gallbladder stores it. Bile is what digests all your food through your intestines to come out of your ass. Simple enough. It is very uncommon for a complication of pancreatitis after ERCP. 10% of people get pancreatitis, 1% of people get severe pancreatitis. I was the 1%. The day after the procedure, I started getting very feverish. I had a fever of 102, 103. Started hallucinating. Extreme pain. Pain like I've never felt in my life. And I became very, very ill very quickly. Normal pancreas enzyme levels are under 299. Mine were close to 7,000. So we're talking about many, many times over normal. Pancreatitis is your pancreas begins to digest itself. The end. It goes into a self-destruct mode. The 1% of people that get severe post-ERCP pancreatitis, less than half of them survive. Like, it's that serious. Pancreatitis, or post-ERCP and normal pancreatitis, is known as one of the most painful conditions known to mankind, and there's no pain medicines known that can even touch it. Like, that's how I can't even explain it. Next thing I know, I ended up in ICU for about a week. I wasn't allowed to eat or drink for 9 days. I wasn't allowed to even watch TV, because anything with food, and you all know TV's full of food commercials. Even if you think about food, your pancreas begins to. It's like a subconscious thing. Like, your brain thinks about food, your digestive enzymes begin to start, and then my pancreas was excruciating. So I was kept very sheltered in ICU. No smells, like nothing. It was. I don't really remember a lot of ICU. I was very, very ill. Um, the day after I got there, there were some problems. So my wife had to sign a consent because I wasn't in sound mind. My wife had to sign a consent for them to do a surgical procedure that was considered emergency to put a drain in my gallbladder. What she didn't know is that I was going to be awake. So I was awake for that, and I remember that. They give you a little bit of lidocaine, which is just what they use to numb your skin when you get a IV, like before surgery, and cut, excuse me, through your abdominal wall, between your ribs, cut through your gallbladder, and shove this tube that's like the width of a pen into your gallbladder, like way, like inches in, probably 4 or 5 inches, or deeper. I mean, it was really in there. And then they sew it to your skin, and then there you go. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever, like, bloody murder, top of my lungs screaming. It was horrible. But it had to happen. So in the 17 days I was in the hospital, I underwent 3 surgical procedures where I was under anesthetic, and then just that one where I was awake. I had the ERCP to put the stent in. I had to wait until the very end to get my gallbladder taken out. My pancreas began to fail, and I started to go in to liver failure. Like my eyes turned yellow, I got really jaundiced, so we had to wait. My gallbladder was removed last Wednesday. And then last Friday, I had a second ERCP to remove the stent. Because it's just a plastic thing, you know, to take that out and to clean out the remainder of the stones that were in my gallbladder. And I was discharged from the hospital on Sunday. 17 days. It was ridiculous. But I'm back. I'm still in a tremendous amount of pain. I'm still heavily medicated, and I have zero energy. So it's going to be a 1 video a day till I catch up kind of thing. I don't have it in me to do any more than I've just done. Like this 8-minute video, like I'm ready to take a nap. I'm just really tired. I lost 30 pounds. Yay! You know, I gained and lost 30 pounds in the hospital. When I didn't eat for 8 days, I got really skinny. And then they put a PICC line in my arm to my heart. It's like a central line for IV. And it was a 3-port PICC line, meaning I had 3 tubes coming out. And they piggybacked on those. So I had 6 tubes going into my body with 6 different bags of shit. So then I blew up. I got really, because I had a catheter and all kinds of things. Oh, I forgot to talk about the trans shit. First ERCP I go in, I had a UTI, hard time peeing. The surgeon that was doing the ERCP was going to be late. He called and said he was going to be about 15 minutes late. I kind of had to take a piss. I asked, can I go to the bathroom? The nurses did not read my chart, because I have in my chart that I'm transgender, etc. She offers to give me a urinal. It's not going to work. So then she proceeds to yell at me, why can you not use a urinal? In which I proceed to yell back, because I don't have a dick. So then she puts a bedpan and a box of Kleenex on my abdomen, and that's it. So I'm in the OR, there's a guy there, I don't know, mid-20s, I think he's like a radiology whatever, because he had this little radiology thing on. There's a guy. I'm already hooked up for surgery, mind you. I already have all the little things on my fingers and all the little tubes. I'm in extreme pain because I haven't had anything done yet. And I'm dressed. Like, I have on shorts and underwear because they didn't tell me I didn't have to wear them. So, she didn't offer to help me. She didn't offer to pull a curtain. So, in the process of pulling down my shorts, I knocked everything on the floor. My blankets and it. So now I'm completely below the waist naked and exposed. No curtain pulled. And I have a UTI. So I've got to stand up on the bed and, like, squat over this bedpan to put pressure on my bladder so I can pee in front of this guy, without a curtain being pulled, and then hand him my bedpan and Kleenex. So we filed a complaint. That was the second issue I had. The first one, actually, the first day I got there, I got put in a shared room with some guy. My wife explained, because I still had stitches. Those of you that remember, I had skin surgery on the 18th. I had something done on my lower half, and I still had stitches in my groin. So they wanted to see it, because it's a surgical wound, whatever. So my wife explained to the lovely nurse. So the nurse comes in and decides to laugh in my face because I didn't, and then proceeds to tell my wife, how do you handle that? How do you handle being married to him? Do you need counseling? So that was one complaint filed. The ERCP was 2 complaints filed. When I had my gallbladder surgery, same shit. The surgery was pushed back for about 4.5 hours. My bariatric surgeon did that one. He did the gallbladder. There was an emergency case before me, where like a guy's bowel was, like it was serious, and I had no problem waiting. They kept me very medicated, so I slept. I was told before I was going to be pulled back for surgery, they would wake me up and take me to the bathroom so I can go pee before, since it was, a 5-hour wait. They gave me medication at like 3 to knock me on my ass. I was out. 5-ish, I wake up, and like my surgeon is there. Like they're ready to wheel me. I'm like, wait a minute, I have to go pee. So then but luckily my mom and my wife were there, because it wasn't in the OR, it was in the pre-op area. And then there's this bitch, do you want a urinal? And I'm like, can I just go to the bathroom? Can I just go to the bathroom? And then I told her, I don't have a fucking cock. Can I just go to the bathroom so I don't have to piss in a urinal right here in front? And she apologized 1,000 times, whatever. She felt horrible, good. When I left to go to the bathroom, my wife came with me to assist me because I had tubes everywhere. My mom tore into her ass. She was like, if you can't read a chart, then stay away from my fucking son. I mean, she went off. My mom works in medical malpractice, so she's pretty much a shark anyway. That was time number 3. At that point, since we had already filed 3 complaints that were like of a discriminatory nature, the head of surgery, who's this like master, like he's a nurse. He's a super nice guy, but he's like the nurse over all the surgical nurses. My second ERCP, the third surgery, he was down there the whole time with me. I mean, held my hand until they knocked me. I mean, the third one went smoothly. Also, the director of nursing over the hospital came into my room every day. Oh, excuse me. To check on me and to talk to me, and like they were really on point about it. After that, so I'm still really upset about the 3 times that I was treated like shit, but long and short of it, that hospital saved my life. So Friday, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the ICU, and I'm going to bring all the nurses, like cookies or something, like just as a thank you. In ICU, I wasn't myself. I've been told by my family and my wife that I was just, I was a monster. I was screaming and praying for them to kill me, and I remember thinking, God, just let me die because it was so horrible. But I was very combative, and I wasn't myself. The morphine that I was on made me very like mentally ill. I was hallucinating. I was seeing all kind of crazy shit, screaming, combative, cursing. I was, and then I was unconscious, and then I was back, and I was, so I want them to see who I am and not who, they saw me as. But they saved my life. I was told by my doctors and nurses that they didn't think they were going to see me leave ICU. Post-ERCP pancreatitis is a killer, so they saved my life, and I owe that to them. So, thank you for your patience while I've been gone. And thank you for your patience this next week or 2 while I get back into a routine. All of my videos are not going to be this long. I'm so tired right now. But thank you for your patience, and I'm happy to be back. I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.